This is Valcusella, a green and unpolluted valley in Italy in the foothills of the Piedmont Alps. Here, in the mid-70s, the DAMANHUR project began. The creation of an eco-society based upon ethical and spiritual values that recognize the great preciousness of human and cultural diversity. Awarded by the United Nations in 2005 as a model of sustainable society, the Federation of DAMANHUR is an example for the future, the seed of a culture of peace that could inspire change in the world's economic and social systems.
Una nuova combinazione che porti equilibrio.
A new combination that may bring equilibrium,
che porti armonia,
harmony,
che porti bellezza,
beauty.
DAMANHUR was born to bring together the dreams of many people, to create something new, something never imagined before, something that this time could actually become reality. We need reality today. Therefore, it is necessary that dreams come true so that they can allow us to carry on dreaming. DAMANHURian philosophy is based on action, to do, to act, to believe in what you are doing, to give meaning to things.
1,000 citizens of all ages and 16 different nationalities, centers and embassies in Italy and around the world, 80 economic activities and services, all private companies, most structured as cooperatives and inspired by solidarity and ethical principles, art and craft workshops, bringing back to life ancient arts and trades. A constitution, a complementary currency system, an open university, internal schools for boys and girls, and a temples complex dedicated to humanity.
DAMANHUR for me is a laboratory. It's a laboratory for the future. What we know for sure is that the future won't be like the past. We don't quite know yet what the future will be like, but we know that we cannot continue the same way as we have done before. Therefore, we must try to set out on new ways, ways that we can live together without killing each other, without disadvantaging each other, live together in peace and in solidarity. And for this we need experiments. Experiments not only in theory, but also in practice. And here DAMANHUR has a unique contribution, because here people put into practice what they think. They dream, but they don't only dream, they also wake up and they act. And this is a unique contribution of DAMANHUR for our shared future.
Everyday life in DAMANHUR is based on trust, kindness and sharing. These values are so important for us that we included them in the founding principles of our Constitution. A welcoming attitude, imagination and a good sense of humor are important ingredients to live harmoniously with oneself and with others. Our animal and plant names affirm our desire for a deep contact with nature and are also a playful way to relate to one another. My name is Esperide ananas, sunset butterfly, pineapple.
Shrimp wild fennel.
I am condor sunflower.
Sono formica coriandolo, ant coriander.
In DAMANHUR we choose to live in community. In our large homes, there are communal spaces that we all share and personal rooms. Each family includes people of different ages, couples, singles, couples with children. Life together in this way is very rich because we can share diversity, experiences and dreams. DAMANHUR was born as a social experiment. Today, its ever-evolving model is studied by academic institutions and often portrayed by the media. The Federation participates in many networks. The most important is GEN, the Global Eco-Villages Network, an NGO recognized by the United Nations. There are many ways to participate in our projects as citizens or by coming to live in the valley, as people of different nationalities are choosing to do. To help our non-Italian speaking friends find a home and set up businesses, DAMANHUR has created the Val di Chi project.
DAMANHUR is internationally known for its temples of humankind, an underground work of art built by its citizens and dedicated to universal spirituality, to the union between human beings and divine forces. The temples are a three-dimensional book carved out of a mountain, which tell the story of humanity from the past to the future through many forms of artistic expression. Built completely by hand, the temples extend for thousands of square meters on different levels, connected by miles of corridors. The temples are located exactly at the point in which a rare mineral comes to the surface, carrying with it the physical energies of the earth. This mineral is myelinite, an ancient rock over 300 million years old. This is one of the most important energy centers of our planet. Here, 4 synchronic lines meet, the energy rivers that link the Earth to the cosmos, transporting thought, dreams, and ideas. The temples of humankind symbolically represent the inner rooms of every human being, a profound journey of discovery to the inner self.
This is the labyrinth. It is dedicated to the union and the harmony of all the divine forces of humanity, of all times and all peoples. Each window is dedicated to a god or a goddess. On the walls of the central nave, the history of humanity is narrated, from a primordial time of unity with the earth and the cosmos, through dark ages of suffering and wars, to a possible, more balanced and awakened future. The Hall of Water, dedicated to the feminine principle and the goddess. The halls of the earth, linked to our planet and the masculine principle.
In the temples, everything can be read like a book. Every color, every shape, every detail has a significance, following a precise code of form and proportion.
The Hall of Metals, linked to time and the connection between life and the beyond. The Hall of Spheres, at the heart of the temples and the synchronic lines. The Hall of Mirrors, dedicated to light, to air, and to the awakening of humankind as a divine being.
The temples demonstrate that a small human group united by strong ideals can create extraordinary works. The temples are a gift to humanity and its future generations. The temples can be visited by anyone who is moved by a sincere desire to immerse themselves in the atmosphere of this extraordinary work of art. The same ideals that gave birth to the temples of humankind also inspire the social commitment of the Federation's citizens.
Social service volunteering is very important for Damanhurians. 100 volunteers are civil protection and firefighting operatives. 150 are blood donors and 100 more are Red Cross volunteers. I have taken part, along with other Damanhurian volunteers, in many humanitarian missions here in Piedmont, in Italy, Albania, and Sri Lanka.
Many Damanhurians are also active at a political and social level. 10 years ago, we founded our own political movement called Con te per il paese, with you for the country. We have gone from 1 elected councillor to 21 councillors, plus a mayor in the town of Vidracco. Our political movement is active not only in Piedmont, but all over Italy. We collaborate with political parties and politicians engaged in the protection of social and civil rights. And we are also very active in promoting a culture of peace so that Italy can become a foremost country in this field. More specifically, here in Valchiusella, in the town of Vidracco, that we have been administering for several years, we immediately addressed environmental protection issues and the conservation of natural resources. We created an eco-museum of water and ancient trades, and we were one of the first towns in Italy to declare our territory a GM-free zone.
The Damanhurian-led administration of Vidracco has put into action a new development plan for the town that will bring vitality, economic, cultural and demographic growth. The project includes ecologically built houses, a town square for meetings and markets, a school, a health centre and sports and tourist facilities. Damanhurians consider the earth a sentient being to be respected and protected. From the beginning, Damanhur has been committed to organic agriculture and nutrition, investing in land, greenhouses and buildings to cultivate and produce products that are in harmony with the natural environment. Certain important foods that cannot be cultivated in the Piedmont climate are grown in other Damanhurian territories. For example, the olive groves of Rimaggio in Florence, which produce organic olive oil of the highest quality. In Damanhur, smoking is not allowed, even outdoors, as a form of respect, not only for human life, but also for plants, animals, and the subtle forces of nature. A notable amount of resources are invested into research and the use of renewable energy sources with low environmental impact.
In Damanhur, we use renewable energy technology. This choice requires extensive research into economical and ecological solutions. The technology we employ ranges from photovoltaic and solar panels to biomass heating systems that use wood from our forest maintenance programs. We also have more advanced technological solutions such as thermal heat exchange systems, which employ the heat of the ground, and cogeneration that is a clever use of traditional fossil fuel sources. Our most important result is that these technologies actually work and can be applied by anyone. Our experiment is reproducible. This, for us, is a great victory.
Research in Damanhur is very important and is developed on many different fronts. For instance, in the field of molecular biology, we carry out clinical and environmental analysis. We are also experimenting with hydroponic cultivation in water and aeroponics in the presence of CO2 and nutritional substances. We are also studying seaweed cultivation with the aim of producing hydrogen.
The desire for a strong connection with nature has inspired many original experiments, from a village in the trees for dreaming in contact with the forces of the forest, to concerts of the music of the plants, in which flowers and trees learn to communicate with human beings. Damanhurian researchers have invented a special device that, using sensors, picks up the variations of a plant's electrical conductivity. The signals are then translated into music. Concerts of the music of the plants are held regularly in Damanhur and have also been presented in festivals in Europe, India, the United States and Canada.
I am Marina Clauser. I've been working for the Botanical Garden of Florence since 1990. The garden is one of the oldest botanical gardens in the world. In 2004, we had an interesting and very original experience with the Damanhur Association, an activity aimed mainly at children but also for families. It would leave them with a very special feeling concerning the garden. We created a very special activity using this instrument, which registers the difference in the electrical potential between the leaves and roots of plants and transmits sounds, individual music. This music produced by the plants touches the hearts of the children. There have been moments of great festivity in the botanical garden because we've been able to talk to the plants, talk about music, about life, and of the nature that surrounds us in an absolutely original way.
My name is Capra Karuba, goat carob tree. Damanhurian economy is based on cooperation and free enterprise. Damanhurian citizens have created many businesses, the major part of which are organized as cooperatives. There are also those who work for non-Damanhurian businesses and those who work freelance. Damanhurian land and real estate holdings are managed by a cooperative in which all citizens have shares. To use a means of exchange dedicated exclusively to growth and development, Damanhur has created its own complementary currency system, the credito. The credito carries the same monetary value as the euro. This system has contributed to increased economic development in Valkyzela because it has created a network of solidarity for local producers and consumers. The economic model is completed by DES, the group credit union that supports ethical projects. In Damanhur, we choose to support the development of the Federation by investing part of our revenue in projects of communal interest.
An important example of a communal project is Damanhur Crea, a centre dedicated to the arts, research and healthy living. Damanhur Crea is based inside a former Olivetti factory, which had been abandoned for over 20 years. It is a pilot project that integrates innovative technology with the revival of ancient and local traditions. Damanhur Crea hosts the first organic GM-free food store in the valley, a modern conference centre, a physical rehabilitation and massage centre, a bioarchitecture and renewable energy consultancy, and many art and craft workshops.
Since my first studies on Damanhur in 1989, the dimension which I have found most interesting and surprising was precisely that of the social experiment. Studying Damanhur, I got the perception of what the Carthusian monasteries and the abbeys represented in the Middle Ages. Establishing themselves inside agricultural valleys, they brought benefits and revitalized entire zones. In a valley which had all the economical and social indexes of depression and aging, Damanhur has represented a resource in many aspects. Damanhur has revitalized the valley in demographic terms, has reactivated the interest for many ancient trades, and has brought back the pleasure for artistic production in many sectors. And since the beginning, Damanhur has represented this element of social innovation.
name's David Pearl. I'm an artist. I'm a singer, an opera singer. And I'm here because, for me, DAMANHUR is a constant inspiration. DAMANHUR is an example of how the arts can be used right in the middle of a society to bring life to everything.
L'arte in Damanhur è un'espressione di vita.
Art in DAMANHUR is an expression of life. It is a very important experience for us, and a way in which we can develop our creativity and talents. It is also a means of expressing our concept of evolution and growth. It is a people's art, because it is an art that is shared, one that invites all members of our people to actively participate in it. People here are invited to participate in all forms of artistic expression, from theatre and the performing arts to working with glass. We also have some real fun projects, like telling the story of DAMANHUR in comic strip.
I'm Alex Gray, and this is Allison Gray, and we're the founders of the Chapel of Sacred Mirrors in New York City. And DAMANHUR has been a tremendous inspiration for us. We have a community of like-minded individuals there in New York, and we decided to study DAMANHUR and to make a book about the temples of humankind, because we also want to actually build sacred space. Toward creating sacred art together has been a tremendous inspiration for us.
The Federation promotes dialogue between different cultures and philosophies, encouraging meetings and exchange between groups committed to the transformation of the planet.
I would like the leaders of the world to come and objectively study how 1,000 people belonging to various countries could work together and together creating a world which is worthy of emulation. It should be better known to the world, because the world is searching for such a model. Here, without anybody dominating the scene, everybody is able to be equal partners in creating an ideal society.
I am Gazza Solidago at DAMANHUR Welcome Center. Our guests come all year round to visit the Federation, the temples of humankind, and for healing and regeneration programs. Many people come also to attend seminars at our Open University. We offer many courses on the development of human potential, the arts, new social models, and spiritual healing. Our guests come from all over the world. Many come in groups. They stay in our guest houses and are very happy to enjoy our organic food.
The education of the young in DAMANHUR is a top priority. The Federation has its own innovative school system, which is also open to children of the valley. It offers schooling from nursery to middle school level.
I'm Anaconda Papaya, and this is Kiwi. We are educators in DAMANHUR School. Our school's founding principles relate to participation and the integration of diversity, the culture of the environment, and the culture of peace. One of the principal elements is travel, in terms of leaving the classroom environment to experience and learn by practical experiences.
Research and its application in the field of health has always been important to the Federation's project, which today is known all over the world thanks to the results it has achieved in the field of natural and avant-garde medicine. DAMANHUR operates its own health service and enjoys the collaboration of doctors, naturopaths, psychologists and specialist therapists.
Medico chirurgo. I am Anteater Carrot. I am a surgeon and I am currently working as a general practitioner. I also work for the Italian Emergency Services. I am a regional consultant for general medicine and I am also the head of the DAMANHUR Health Service. Health in DAMANHUR is more than anything a way of life. The social environment, relationships, and spiritual ideals are basic factors in enjoying good health. DAMANHURian medicine is a synthesis of conventional and scientific methods with ancient medicine traditions, as well as disciplines from our own tradition such as prana therapy, hypnosis, and selfic applications.
This is the Cell-Et laboratory, where we make selfic structures that are used to promote physical and mental well-being, for the health of the body, to energize and harmonize the environment, and to develop human potential. Similar energies can also be directed through the use of colors and signs, as in the paintings of Oberto Araudi, which have specific functions and can interact with the environment and with human beings.
For many years, Damanhur has been committed to reclaiming hundreds of hectares of woodland. The heart of this territory is the sacred wood. Miles and miles of coloured stone circuits, a labyrinth for connecting with the energies of the earth and the synchronic lines. The wood is located right on top of the temples of humankind. The trees are the antennas and the open-air extension of the underground building.
The new project linked to the temples consists of a huge theater, space for music and space for books. Books are so important. A part of this great underground space will become a special place for meetings, international meetings of politicians, important figures who need to come to an agreement. A meeting point rather than a battle point, and the whole environment will be designed to facilitate and favor these meetings.
One of the things I love about this place, and I think everybody loves, is that it never stopped developing things. And one of the projects which I've seen which really excites me is Les Bucche, the caves, the holes, where they're going to build the most incredible theatre, but not in the sense just of entertainment. You know, in the true sense of theatre, it's a place where people meet, and really the world needs a place like this. And for me, it's incredibly inspiring. I can't wait to see it happen. I can't wait to be part of it. I can't wait to stand and sing there, actually. Libiamo, libiamo nelle di collici che la bellezza infiora e là fuggevol.
My name is Seagull, and I am 86 years old. I have been a citizen of Damanhur since 1980. Today in the world we are witnessing a frightening absence of thought and lost values. I think that Damanhur's work could contribute a lot in this respect. The aim is to bring back, by means of this dream action, the values of life, of hope and joy, the real joy of being alive.